Mate. Hi guys. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Hopefully, I see my microphone's coming through. Okay. That's cool. Had some nice one. Had some issues in setup. But yeah, hope you're all okay. Right. So let's get ready to go then. Let's go. So for the guys on Discord, and if you want to listen to the music that I'm playing, what you have to do is just go to in Discord, go to the stream that I'm putting out on Discord, and then you just pin my profile again so you can see me if you want to. Hearing me is probably bad enough, but here we go. Okay, so we've got a bit more of a mixed session this evening. So this session is in support of next week's session. We've got CP testing next week. Don't panic, guys. CP testing is so much easier than FTP testing, or if not easier, it's just a bit more kind of manageable. The efforts are still very hard, don't get me wrong, but I'll talk about CP testing next week. But this week we're exclusively on the velodrome, which is why it's getting everyone to join on Training Peaks virtual rather than all the different wonderful platforms people use these days. But let's walk through it. It's very simple tonight. The normal 10-minute warm-up, building up through the training zones, up through zone 2 at least, and then we just got a quick little ramp which involves a minute of tempo, a minute sweet spot, and then 30 seconds anaerobic. That's just kind of like a activation set before we go back to 3 minutes at cruising level. And then you'll see in orange, if you want Training Peaks virtual, a 5-minute section. We will be erg mode off. That is a 5-minute time trial. Okay, so that's 5-minute full gas, and that is all about getting some lovely 5-minute data for you guys. Okay, so that'll be erg mode off. Then it'll be 10 minutes just cruising, just recovering, and then you'll see right towards the bottom of the workout table on the left hand side of the screen that there's 20 minutes free ride, and we're going to have a bit of fun. Okay, so that's why, or one of the reasons why we're on the velodrome. So what we're going to do is 1 lap on, 2 laps off. So we're going to sprint for a lap and then just have 2 laps just recovering, and basically just do as many as we can in 20 minutes. So a bit more of a freestyle session. Okay, we'll see how the rubber banding works, whether it keeps us all together. Hopefully it should. Yeah, just a little bit of a different session this evening. Let's try and have a bit of fun. It's caused me a little bit of admin because any time I do anything slightly different, people are just like, oh, I don't know how to do this, what's this? And so it's worth it, because it's nice to do things differently every now and then rather than just heavily structured workouts, which can become a bit monotonous. But now there, guys, just relax, just chill out. You'll see the warm-up is extended. We're at 3-minute steps, building up by about 6 to 10 watts each step, just working our way through zone 2. In terms of cadence, you want about above 85 RPM, I'd say. It's incredibly mild today. I'm already needing the fan. I find this winter is just crazy. Like we went sub-zero temperatures, and now we're kind of into not far off the teens today. I'm walking to do out for a walk this morning, and then I was way overdressed. Very strange. Anyway, so why are we doing this 5-minute time trial? As I said, it's a really important piece of data for us to calculate your critical power. I'll talk about critical power properly next week. I'm going to talk about micronutrients this week. But yeah, the 5-minute effort. 5 minutes is used a lot to sort of signify how well developed your VO2 max is, and give a bit of a benchmark. We're talking a lot about benchmarks recently. Some of you guys will have already received your lovely spreadsheets with your current benchmarks, your current peak powers and things like that, and we're going to work together to keep that updated, because unfortunately with Pillar being put on ice, I've got to go back to the manual way of doing it, because Training Peaks isn't very good at tracking this stuff. I do use a piece of software called WKO to track it. That's where I get the data from, which suspiciously is also owned by Training Peaks. So basically they make Training Peaks crap, so you have to buy some other software. Yeah. Hence why I'm working so hard to find an alternative platform. So nice and relaxed now, guys. Just let's get into some good habits. So cadence is above 85 RPM, shoulders are down. We'll have a little chat about micronutrients whilst we're all relaxed and calm. Keep the fluids coming on board, particularly if you've been in the office or whatever, air conditioned environment. Keep the fluids coming on board. So micronutrients, we talked last week about macronutrients, your fats, proteins and carbs. Today we're talking about vitamins and minerals basically. And in essence, there's two types of vitamins, at least. You've got your water soluble and your fat soluble. Now water soluble are vitamins like B and C, and as the name suggests, they're vitamins that dissolve in water. Now the downside to water soluble vitamins is that your body can't store them, but they have to be used right away, and so are generally needed in greater quantities. Okay, then fat soluble vitamins like A, D, E and K, now those are stored in our fat tissue and liver. They're fat soluble, so we can store them, and they're really important enough for your immune system typically, and eye health quite often as well, your fat soluble vitamins. And then minerals, you got kind of metals essentially, your iron, zinc, etc. And they're useful for various reasons as well. I'll cover a few. But the key thing to know about micronutrients, as the word micro suggests, you need them in quite small quantities, and that's just something to be mindful of. Kind of like the thrust of this chat is that if you're eating properly, you shouldn't have a deficiency in any of the key micronutrients we're going to talk about this evening. Okay, so our message is basically you shouldn't need supplements unless you've been diagnosed with a deficiency. And when I talk about kind of where you get a lot of these vitamins and minerals, it'll become clear why. Like, if you're eating normally, it should be readily available. Having said that, one caveat is for iron, particularly for women, and then vitamin D. So iron, particularly if women have particularly heavy periods, they can be iron deficient, and that can contribute to anemia. But anemia isn't just lacking iron. Usually there's deficiencies elsewhere as well, but iron is the key one. So quite often female athletes and just women in general will need to supplement iron. Though it is available in quite a few foods. Red meat being the obvious one, which is difficult if you're a vegetarian or vegan. And then the vitamin D really is the important one. In the winter months, we should all be supplementing with vitamin D because the sun's just not strong enough. It's not there enough for us to produce enough. You know, since the industrial age, that's been the case. It's not a modern phenomenon. Okay, we've retreated indoors. So what little sun there is, you don't see much of it. And sunlight's our primary source of vitamin D. It is available in certain foods, but usually in quite low quantities, and nutrition is not really enough to bump up your vitamin D levels. Okay, so that's just an important takeaway. Okay, vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin. It's really a hormone, but yeah, it's fat soluble. So when you buy it in supplements, one, you want to make sure you get a decent dose of it, but also ideally it's dissolved in olive oil or something like that. And quite often, and you probably want to make sure it's paired with K2, vitamin K2. The two together, I won't go into the depth of why K2, but yeah, generally speaking, you want your vitamin D to be paired with K2. Okay, it's all to do with calcium and the absorption and utilization of calcium. Okay, so just coming up to the penultimate step of the warm up now, so up to about 72% of FTP. It should be nice and relaxed, shoulders down, chin up. So let's just talk very quickly about a few of the vitamins. Vitamin A is important for your eye health, immune system, your skin. It's present in egg yolk, dairy, melons, mango, spinach, carrots. Vitamin B6 is important for immune function. Present in chicken, cereals, bananas, pork loin, potatoes for skin. B12 involved in metabolism, nerve function, and producing red blood cells. Now this is one where vegetarians can struggle a little bit because it's largely present in meat, eggs and dairy products. So you can't get it from fish and shell, but it really depends on whether you're, I can't remember the different designations, what type of vegetarian you are, basically. Vitamin C, we all know, important for immune system. Found tomato, citrus fruit, sweet peppers, broccoli, kiwi. Talks about vitamin D, vitamin E, sunflower seeds, sunflower oil, almonds, nuts basically. And then there's some minerals, magnesium, zinc, potassium, calcium. Those are kind of some of the important ones. And again, they're found in the most common foods. Whole wheat, legumes, nuts, seeds, meat, poultry, shellfish, mushrooms, whole grains, etc, etc. Basically, guys, if you're not cutting out kind of whole food groups or types of foods, you shouldn't be deficient. Okay? So even so, you know, with the best one in the world, we all like to think we eat well, but you know, I think nutrition's a very personal thing, and it's kind of like relationships. Who knows what goes on behind closed doors? We say one thing, but the reality might be different. I find that, yeah, nutrition is an area where you'll get a little bit awkward about it. Okay? But if you want to know whether you're deficient, get a blood test. Okay? Because I've obviously covered a whole range of things. There's tons of biomarkers. So get, you know, you got a discount in the members area, get yourself a blood test. Right then, now I'm going to start the ramp up. So a minute at tempo, 80% of FTP, a minute at sweet spot, and then 30 seconds anaerobic. So that's just a little bit about micronutrients. I'll do a little summary later in the session, just so we imprint the key messages. For now though, let's focus. Cadence wise, should be well above 85 RPM, closer to 90. Nice and relaxed. Keep seeing myself on the screen. I've had quite a stressful day, so my shoulders, I can feel it, all the tension in my upper body. Okay, up to sweet spot, about 90% of FTP. Really spinning up the legs now. Oh, looks like a group split up into two. It'll come back together. Don't worry. 30 seconds, and then we're going anaerobic for 30. Okay, pick up the effort, pick up the cadence, ready to go for it now, really spin up the legs. 20. Last 10. 3, 2, 1. And relax. Okay, get your breath back, and then as the message on the screen says, let's get erg mode turned off. So it doesn't matter whether you do terrain or fixed, doesn't matter. It's a pan-plat course, so it doesn't matter. And then just get used to the gearing, pick your effort back up. We're looking for about, where are we, power-wise? About 60% of FTP, I think. Yeah, 60% of FTP. Just make sure that erg mode is turned off though. Just this button down here, and just hit it until it says either fixed or terrain. So you've got another couple of minutes of chilling out, and then we're hitting that 5-minute TT, guys. Testing your VO2 max. That's why I was really keen for as many of you to do it together as possible. Make it a little bit more competitive. Oh, you can see that. So just make sure the group is together. So one of the things that I'll increasingly encourage you guys to do over the next few months is, I talked to earlier about each of you getting an individual benchmarking spreadsheet with all your peak numbers on it so far. So one of the things I'm going to encourage you to do as you come to these sessions is, when we have a time trial, 5-minute time trial or sprints or something, going to that spreadsheet and checking like, what is my peak power over 5 minutes? So then you have a target to try and beat. If you don't have that so far, guys, well, some of you guys are pretty experienced and you know where to find this data anyway. But if you're relatively new or inexperienced and you're not quite sure, don't worry. Just do your best. 5 minutes is a long time at full gas. We've given you a power target in the workout, but it's very arbitrary. Okay, so don't stress if you can't meet it or if you're feeling much stronger than it. My advice to you is just to build into it. Your body is incredible at pacing, so just believe in yourself. If you tell yourself, right, I've got 5 minutes, your body will be very good. So here we go, build into it, guys. Okay, over the course of the first minute, just build steadily. Okay, cadence wise, you want a really nice high leg speed. Okay, we're not into, Wout van Aert time trial mode, you're into your time trial mode. So you should have a nice high cadence, nice efficient pedaling, and then once you're up to power, start telling yourself to relax. Okay, we want to do everything with the greatest possible level of efficiency. So draw the shoulders down, lift the chin, because we want you to be able to breathe. We don't want to be compressing those airways. Just try and relax and stay focused. You're already a minute down. Well done, guys. You've got a ton of recovery off this, okay? So don't be afraid to really empty the tank. That's 2 down, 3 to go. Okay, you're not far off halfway now. Okay, stay strong. Try and stay relaxed halfway. 2 minutes 30 to go. You can do this, guys. Approaching the last 2 minutes now. When we get to the final minute, we're going to try and lift. And then when into the last 20 seconds, we're going to try and sprint. So build it up in your head. Get ready, get the adrenaline. You're so close now, guys. Stay strong, stay powerful. Approaching the last minute. Get ready to lift. Okay, here we go. Final minute. Build. Don't just kick. Don't be explosive. Build. Let's try and lift. Start by trying to lift the cadence within that same gear. You're spinning out, only then drop into a heavier gear. But build. Keep driving, keep driving. 30 seconds. We're going to kick in 10. Ready to go, guys. Big 20 seconds, ready? Here we go, come on. Big 20 seconds. Empty the tank. It's a time trial. Ten seconds. Last 5. 2, 1. Yes, team. Well done. Just spin up. Stay calm. Your breath will come back to you, your heart rate will come down. Just gotta be patient, okay? Don't worry about the power target. Just get your breath back and then bring your cadence back up above 80 RPM. Once you're ready, start getting the fluids back on board. So you've got over 9 minutes of recovery. So plenty of time. Okay, well done. So just give you a bit more time to recover, and I'll talk to you about what we'll do next. Well done, guys. So while you just done that, as you said, really good indicator of your VO2 max, but also going to use that data to feed into the calculation of your critical power. Your critical power is basically your maximal sustainable effort. Usually comes out around the power that you can hold for 30 minutes. It's a lot more useful than FTP because your FTP is meant to symbolize the effort you can do for 60 minutes. And unless you're doing a 25-mile time trial or something like that, it's rare that you'll do that type of effort. Whereas a 30-minute effort, you know, that's an effort you're much more likely to do in a sprint triathlon or a sort of 10-mile time trial sort of situation. Okay. And then with your critical power, we can also work out your W prime, which is basically the kind of amount of energy you can burn whilst you're above that critical power line. Okay. Explain all this next week. Just want to signpost a few bits of jargon. And squad members, there are videos, there's articles in the members area about what critical power and W prime is. So I really recommend having a read of those or watch of those before next week. And so then when I'm chatting away, you're like, shut up, Rich, I already know this. Oh, just probably shut up, Rich. It's probably the more typical response. So yeah, really important 5-minute effort. So well done, guys. So now for the rest of the session, we're just going to have a bit of fun. Okay, we've hit you with the stick, now the carrot. Completely doesn't fit this scenario because it just means more hard work, but there you go. So what we're going to do is when we get to that 20-minute free ride in sort of 6.5 minutes time, what we're going to do is you're going to sprint for an entire lap of the velodrome. Okay, so wait until I say go. We'll sprint a lap of the velodrome. Hopefully the rubber banding will keep us roughly together. And then we're going to do 2 or 3 laps recovery. I think probably 2, but we'll see, because with the pack dynamics, we'll probably be moving a bit faster than you might do if you were doing this on your own. So 1 lap sprint, 2 or 3 laps recovery, and we're just going to keep on going until that 20 minutes is up. But hopefully doing it together, being in a pack, trying to stay in the group, etc, etc, just make it a little bit more enjoyable. And whilst we've got just 5 minutes of chilling, I'll just do a quick little recap of micronutrients. So remember, we're talking about vitamins and minerals. 2 types of vitamin, water soluble and fat soluble. Your vitamin B and C are water soluble, and so must be used straight away. So whatever you're consuming with vitamin B or C in, it'll be used immediately. And so we kind of generally need those in greater quantities. Fat soluble vitamins like A, D, E and K are stored in fat tissue and liver, usually very important in eye or immune health. As I said, generally speaking, you should not be deficient in sort of the key micronutrients if you're eating a balanced diet. It's only really if you're kind of cutting out certain food groups, and it might be a very good reason why you are, by the way. I've got to say that. You know, if you're, I don't know, celiac or something, you know, you have to cut out certain cereals, what have you. You know, there could be a very good reason. So I said it with a tinge of judgment, but it doesn't really, there might be a very good reason. But generally speaking, if you're eating a typical balanced diet, you shouldn't want. Having said that, it happens to all of us sometimes, and there can be reasons for it, as I say. So it's always a good idea to get periodic blood tests. We get a discount for it with Forth. Do it every sort of 6 months or so. There's a general health checker one, so for guys it will test testosterone levels as well, which is a very important issue for endurance athletes, because we do so much endurance training. Quite often our testosterone levels can be quite low, so there are other reasons why to get a blood test, but just really recommend it. It's not a sell, I don't get any money from it, I just wangle discount by fluttering my eyelids. Yeah, so the only real micronutrients that we should need to supplement in a considered way is vitamin D or iron if you're a woman. Okay, vitamin D in particular we don't get enough of in the winter months. Try and get it dissolved in oil. It's fat soluble. It in theory improves absorption, but also try and get it paired with K2, vitamin K2. Okay, so that's our little spiel. About 2.5 minutes till we do some sprint efforts. And we're doing a lot of kind of anaerobic work at the moment. This time of year is when we build strength. Okay, that's in the gym, it's on the turbo, it's out on the running track. We want to build strength. We can't really build endurance as well as we'd like, because in the UK it's flipping miserable and there's no light, etc. So we really want to focus on strength. So if you're looking at your S&C and you're like, oh, don't know, this is when this is the opportunity to make those gains, because before you know it, the volume will be back up again and it will be harder to make strength gains. We'll still be doing strength training, but because you're doing so much endurance training, your body will just prioritize those adaptations, whereas now you've got the capacity, hopefully, to really make some strength and power gains. So just wait until I say go. Remember, we've got 90 seconds, but we want to kind of get it lined up with the course, which is why I was pushing everyone on to TPV for tonight. I would recommend it generally anyway. It's quite nice to write in a group and just have the workout in front of you. I'm not training tonight, as you probably may or may not have noticed. Just feeling a bit fatigued at the moment. Got a lot going on, lots of plates spinning. So I'll be doing a session similar to this later in the week, but I will try and stay with the front for the sprints, so I can call it. But the rubber banding should keep us most of the way together. Don't worry. I sent feedback today actually. It annoys me that we can't keep the whole group together. There should be a complete banding rather than just 200%. Okay, so we've got about 30 seconds to go. So I reckon next lap we'll be ready to go for the first sprint. Okay? So get ready guys. Start rolling into a bit of a heavier gear. Just ignore the smoke. So don't go yet. Ignore the smoke. When we cross the line next, we'll go. So it's going to be a full lap sprint, then 2 or 3 recovery, depending on how quickly the pack moves. So get ready to go, guys. Get ready to drop the hammer. Ready? Steady. Okay, off we go. Okay, keep pushing, guys, keep pushing. Okay, well done. Once you're over the line, relax. So let's do 3 laps recovery. Probably take us about 2 minutes or so per lap, I think. We'll see. Just relax. If you're not in the front group, try and ride a level. Yeah, you guys aren't too far away. So let's just try and bring it back together during the recovery intervals. So this is the second lap. We're going to do another recovery one after this, just to give everyone time to get back on. So yeah, so you'll get about 2 minutes of recovery for a 30-odd second sprint. So one more lap then, guys, and then we go again. So if you're on the front, just keep it steady, nice and chill. Okay, try and bring the legs back online, so try and get your cadence back above 80 RPM, just so you're not doing basically a track stand. So next time we cross the line, we're going to go again. Okay, ready? Here we go then, guys. Push, 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 push. Come on, guys. That's it, guys. Keep driving, keep driving. All the way across the line. Once you're across, relax. Just get your breath back. That's it, Serena. Well done. Well done. Good job, everyone. So 2 more recovery laps. And Jason, saw you. I'll just ease up a little bit because if I go too fast, I'll pull the pack apart. So I'll just chill out. Hopefully bring it all together again. That's good stuff, guys. Well done. Pretty much all together. Right, I think we got 1 or 2 laps left. I'm too busy fiddling with for trying to get them together. 1 more. After this, or this is the last lap. Oh, Jason just made himself very unpopular. I knew it was the last lap. I just wanted to see if you'd do it. And you did, Jason. Everyone knows what kind of guy you are now. Thank you very much. Now, yeah. Not what your coach says. Fitness is not weakness leaving the body. Oh, whatever you just said. Hey, right, here we go. Come on. Come on, this Thomas Lindbergh guy is up for it, guys. Let's take him. Let's push it. That's it, Serena. Pull them in. Reel them back in. Let's go. Let's go. Into the final. So 100 now. Push all the way to the end. Yes. Well done, guys. Relax. I'll try and pay attention now. Just spin up. Guys. Okay, nice and easy. One more lap. Well done, guys. These sprints, again, will provide us with some hopefully very interesting data. They might not be kind of peak powers, but because that 5-minute effort would have really taken the sting out of your legs. But they will be indicative of the type of power you can produce when fatigued. So for our bike racers, you know, when you're in the crit, towards the end of a crit, you know, you're sprinting off fatigue legs, so it'll give us an idea. In our crit races, you will be doing plenty of fatigue sprints before the crit season. Okay, get ready to go then, guys. Ready? Here we go. Stay strong, come on, push all the way to the end. That's it, that's it. Coming up on halfway. Now drive it through, all the way to the line. Good. Well done, guys. Good stuff, guys. Well done. Well done. So that's the end of the first lap. 2 more. Then we go again. We're well over halfway through this 20 minutes. So just stay strong. Just try and do all the things that we talk about, remember? Get into a nice easy gear that you can spin up, get your cadence back above 80 RPM, shoulders down, chin up, deep breaths. So getting ready to go. So getting ready for the next sprint, guys. Ready? Okay, off we go, come on. Okay, you're about halfway through the lap now. Come on, afterburners on. Finish this off. All the way to the line. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Well done, guys. Well done. Good job, team. Only a handful of sprints left. Two more laps. Really great work, everyone. Okay, last lap of recovery and then we go. Good stuff, everyone. So we're just going to do 2 more after this. Okay, so 3 more sprints in total, 2 more after this. Okay, get ready to go. Build it up into a bigger gear. Ready? Here we go. Come on. Okay, you're over halfway. Push, push, push. A couple of 100 meters. All the way to the line. Yes, team. Well done. And relax. We've just got 2 more to do. I will stay true to the 20-minute rule. So if it's not 2, it won't be 2. Let's see how we go. Everyone at the front just puts the brakes on. Good stuff, everyone. That's 1 down. 2 laps of recovery left. Here we go again. Just laughing because it's a noticeable drop off in the pace of the group. Fair enough. Okay, just 1 more lap and then we go. Okay, this is going to be the last one. We're not going to have time to get in another one. So last rep, let's give it everything on this last one, okay? Let's really go for it. Empty the tank. Right, I'm going to turn rubber banding completely off. Let's see who can win the final sprint. Ready? Oh, Jason's cheated. He went before the line. I saw that. Go on, guys. Push it, push it, push it. Okay, you're over halfway. Push it all the way. Push it all the way. Last 50 or so. Keep pushing, everyone. Once you cross the line, you're done. See if we can bring people back together. Well done, guys. So just gonna cool down for the rest of the session now, guys. So catch your breath. So if you for any of the guys that are watching this, so couldn't make tonight's session, really encourage you to get familiar with Training Peaks Virtual. We're going to be doing not tons of sessions like this that are course based, but we will be doing a fair few. So it's really a good idea to get familiar with it. It's very simple to get set up. It's very simple to use, but it really makes it, I think, a bit more fun. Just doing kind of course-based sessions, you know, racing each other a little bit, not letting each other go away. You know, there'll be the odd time trial. So yeah, just really encourage you guys to get used to it. I know some people are Zwiftophiles. Yeah, it's fair, but these sessions I really would encourage you just get everyone in the same place. This makes life just a little bit more enjoyable when everyone's suffering together. So I'll just take a few more minutes. It's a pretty brutal session today. I've done 43 TSS and I wasn't really working. So your TSS on your scores must be pretty large. So nice long warm down, cool down. Okay. And if you have the energy or the breath, if anyone wants to ask any questions about micronutrients or anything else we talked about this evening, please do shout. I always obviously come with a session plan, but I really don't mind going off on a tangent to talk about what you guys really want to talk about. So please do bring your questions to these sessions, guys. It's a lot more fun. The live stream, your voice won't be broadcast over the live stream, so don't worry. So it's a safe space, guys, and there's no dumb questions, I can promise you. We're all coming at this stuff with different levels of knowledge, so there's zero judgment here. Or alternatively, if you want to ask your questions in advance or afterwards, I can then address them in the session, whatever you're most comfortable with. There is also a chat function in Discord, of course, if you have the wherewithal to type. But yeah, please do hit me with your questions, guys, because it just help the session go a bit quicker for everybody. You're probably just absolutely wrecked right now, then. So I won't put too many parts pressure on you. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's a good question. So the question for the stream was about timing or consumption, and really, like, as they say, you should be able to get most of it from your diet. I would say in terms of vitamin D, it's just like a dietary supplement. So in the morning or in the evening, whichever it's going to mean, you take it consistently. But yeah, I think there's no need to complicate it beyond kind of your normal eating, your normal fueling for sessions. So 2-3 hours before a session like this in particular, you want carbohydrates. There's whole grains that covers a lot of those micronutrients. I can't think of anything in particular in terms of micronutrient timing that would go beyond just kind of eating your normal diet and timing it as fueling for sessions, etc. But that's a really good question. I'll have a little think about that, just in case there's anything else. But yeah, no, I don't think of anything. Can't think of anything in terms of timing. Just trying to think. I think one of the things to say about timing is that when it comes to supplementation, one of the reasons that I'm quite against taking kind of full spectrum multivitamins is that some minerals, minerals in particular, compete for absorption. I can't for the life of me remember which ones. I don't want to say because in case I get it wrong, but so taking like a full spectrum in sometimes crazy doses, it's not, for me it doesn't seem logical where you can just eat the right foods. But yeah, sometimes with multivitamin pills, if you don't have them in the correct proportions, you know, certain minerals can compete with one another. And so actually it might be certain percentage of your RDA in terms of what is actually absorbed, it might not be right. And also, you know, taking certain foods as a pill form, you know, a lot of that's going to be destroyed by your digestion, and it's not all going to be absorbed necessarily. So yeah, I hope that's relatively related. If anyone else has got any questions, I'm very happy to stick around, but if you want to disappear, I know you're probably knackered and sweaty, but make sure you get your protein on, okay? And have a good stretch. No worries, mate. Cheers for your questions, guys. Thanks very much.